Now I'm intrigued. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I'm going to be starting a new book, a new series. I've been reading the Infernal Devices series and I've been really loving it. But today I'm moving on to a new book and a new series that you guys have been recommending to me, that you guys tell me you love, and I'm very excited to jump into this book. And it is A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. So I'm going to bring you guys along this week for this journey as I read through it. This is going to contain spoilers because I just feel like it'll make the reading vlog more interesting for me to be sharing my opinions as I'm going through it, sharing what I think is going to be happening. And those of you who have read it will be able to see if you had any of the same thoughts that I had, and we can have like a nice little discussion going in the comments. Let's get into it. Good morning, you guys. So it is the next day, and I'm just gonna kind of update you guys on where I am and how I'm feeling so far. I'm on chapter 6 currently, which is page 47, and I'm not gonna lie, guys, I'm a little bored. It's taking me a little minute to get through this book. I don't know what it is. I don't know if there's too many descriptions or what it is. It's just like nothing has really happened yet, but I do fully expect that to change, which is why I'm being super honest right now, because I really want to see like the progression from me being like, oh, this book is boring, to me being like, guys, this book has picked up. I fully expect it to get better around page 100 or so I'm going to keep reading, and that's probably the next time that I'll check in. In the beginning, it was giving me Hunger Games vibes, you know, with like her hunting in the woods and like caring for her family and everything, and the winter and the cold. So I'm very interested to see where this story is going to go, and I'm just pushing through it. I'll check in with you guys again soon. Page 50. Yes. Now I'm intrigued. Give me a love story. I'm officially in the 100-page region of the book. So let's unpack for a little bit. Let me set up the camera and let's unpack. I'm not going to go into too much background detail because I'm kind of just going to assume that if you're watching this, you've read A Court of Thorns and Roses. So yeah, I'm on page 122 and chapter 14. So of course, at this point, a lot has happened and I'm officially tuned in. I'm really enjoying it now. I think what was missing is there, the possibility for a love story. At this point, I also have a better understanding of the worlds. Like I was able to flip back to the maps now and that are in the beginning of the book to like get my bearings about where they are and like, you know, in relation to where Feyre came from, and to kind of understand the fairylands better. I understand now that you have your fairies and your high fae, and I guess your high fae are more like your royalty. They look more like human, they're beautiful, but the fairies are kind of the more dangerous ones. They're like evil and tricky and all that kind of stuff. So that's the difference between those two, and that was confusing me at first, so I'm glad that I understand that now. Now that Feyre has been captured and her life is being exchanged for the life of the high fae that she killed in the woods, she's now living at the estate with Tamlin, Lucien, and all the other high fae. It's really interesting because her and Tamlin do not get along at all. I mean, you can see that Tamlin is trying to get along with her. And, you know, at first I was kind of confused about that, but there must be something there, like some guilt that he feels or something, because he does allude to not wanting to be like his father. I think when him and Lucien are talking and Feyre is eavesdropping on them. So there must be something there. Like, there must be some reason why he's being so nice to her, showing her so much mercy, and like trying to make an effort to get to know her. I mean, it's obvious that they're gonna probably fall in love. Maybe that's why it's so hard for like Feyre to let him in. I mean, besides the fact that he is her literal jailer, like, I understand. Of course, you have that aspect, which is why she's kind of like not really trying to get to know him or spend any time with him. But she's taken an affinity to Lucien. And Lucien is very interesting because at first he wanted to kill her, and now they are kind of like friends, so to speak. Like, that's really a stretch, but you know, for the situation, they're kind of like friends. They like each other's personalities. They have like the same dry humor. And yeah, it's interesting because I'm at the part where he's telling her basically how to meet up and entrap a fairy to get answers, because I guess she's trying to get answers about what the blight is about. We are now not in the Mortal Lands, we're in Prythian, and yeah, I will update you guys in another 100 pages or so. And I'm very excited because at this point, I'm interested and there's a lot of questions that need to be answered. Why is Tamlin being so nice? What is the cause of the blight? What is Tamlin and Feyre's relationship going to look like? And what's gonna happen to Prythian? So we'll keep reading and I'll check in with you guys in a little bit. I'm at the point where Rysand has just shown up to the manor, and on Fire Night she meets Rysand and she doesn't know that that's him, and I still don't even know who Rysand is, like who he really is. I do know he's an important character in this story, just off of things I've heard, but I'm not exactly even sure how he plays into it. But of course she meets him on Fire Night and she doesn't know that he's like some kind of enemy, so he's going to tell, what's her name? Aramantha, about Feyre. So Tamlin is telling her that she has to leave, and they do what they do, and now I guess she's gonna be getting ready to leave. But I don't know, does she leave? I don't know. I have to keep reading to find out. So I'm on chapter 28. Feyre's in the carriage and she's leaving, and it's so sad. This line right here is so sad. Tamlin smiled at me one last time. I love you, he said, and stepped away. I should say it. I should say those words, but they got stuck in my throat because of what he had to face, because he might not find me again despite his promise, because beneath it all, he wasn't immortal, and I would grow old and die. And maybe he meant it now, and perhaps last night had been as altering for him as it had been for me, but I would not become a burden to him. Good morning, you guys. It's the next day. I officially only have 40 pages left of ACOTAR, and I'm so excited about it. Guys, I can't explain, but last night, like, I was just running through these pages. I stayed up till midnight reading. So now I only have about 40 pages left. I'm gonna get some coffee and finish it up. I'm so excited. While my coffee brews, let's catch up a little bit. At this point in the story, Feyre has left her family behind because last time we spoke, Tamlin had sent her back to her family. So Feyre is back in Prythian, and she has gone to the court where Aramantha has all of the high lords and all of the fairies and all the high fairies imprisoned under the mountain or something, I don't know. So of course Feyre is there to rescue Tamlin, and Aramantha is like, if you want to take your boo home, you got to do these 3 tasks or answer this riddle. Let's talk about this riddle. So I don't know what the answer to the riddle is. My guesses are the answer is either humans, Aramantha, and really those are my only 2 guesses. I'm also equally confused. And some people have said that the riddle is easy, but I don't know. I don't know it. I don't know what it is. I'd have been right there with Feyre having to do all those tasks because I would not have been able to figure it out. The worm task was disgusting, but I'm so glad that my girl killed that challenge. And also Rysand, like, I cannot figure him out. I'm assuming that he's good and he pretends to be bad, and obviously he wants to help Feyre rescue Tamlin to get free, and I'm sure that in some way it has something to do with him. I mean, I guess as long as Tamlin is in prison, so is he. Like, he's imprisoned also and he wants to be free, so that has to be why he's trying to help Feyre. But yeah guys, it's just so good. And I think right now in the book she's about to do her 3rd challenge. I have no idea what it's going to be, but her and Tamlin almost got caught kissing, so Rysand kind of came in and tried to like hide what was happening. So also, who knew that Nesta would become somebody that I actually turned out to love? I love her character development. I'm so here for it. I'm very interested to see what's gonna happen, guys. This is crazy. And is she gonna have to spend 1 week a month for the rest of her life with Rysand? Like, is this true? I don't know. We gotta find out. We gotta read the last 40 pages. Not Tamlin being one of the fairies with the hoods on that she used to kill. God. The answer to the riddle is love. I should have known. Oh my god, that scene was terrible. So terrible. What? She became high fae? I guess it's not surprising, but it is at the same time. Well, I have finished ACOTAR, and it was so worth it. It was so worth the read. Like I said in the beginning was a little slow, but I had full expectations for it to pick up, and it definitely delivered. It really was great. It really was. And I'm gonna give this a 4-star rating, mostly because the beginning was a little slow, but also because I just know that at least for the next 2 books, I expect them to be 5 stars. So I'm gonna give myself some room to be able to rate them highly. In the end, Tamlin was cursed. We didn't know. Feyre didn't know. And she was supposed to save the Spring Court. And when she found out, the fact that she went back was just crazy. But like, I completely could understand why she would. Like, she loved him so much that at that point she wasn't afraid of losing anything besides him. And in the end, when she had to kill the 3 fairies and the one turned out to be Tamlin, I was shook. I was literally shook. But I'm so glad that she figured out that his heart was made of stone. And of course, we already knew Aramantha, who is literally the evil ice queen, we knew she wasn't gonna let her win so easy. So when in the end she figured out the riddle, that was really heartbreaking. I was just picturing like the blood spilling out of her mouth as she's dying. Life is leaving her body. Tamlin is staring at her and she just says, love. The answer is love. Like in that moment, I think she just realized exactly what love does and exactly what love is. And everything she had experienced fit into the description of the riddle. And that's when she realized, you know, it's love. The answer is love. And I'm so glad she figured that out. I'm really glad that I read it because I'm excited, and I'm hoping that in the next books we'll have a little more world building. We'll get to learn a little bit more about Prythian because they really only stayed in one area in this book. So I'm so excited to see what her life is like now that she's high fae, and what her life is like with Tamlin, and also how it's going to work out with her having to go to Rysand for a week every single month for the rest of her life. And also I can't wait to figure out what happened at the end, because whatever happened with Rysand at the end was so strange, and I don't know what he saw or what happened to him that made him react and disappear like that, but oh gosh, so good. 4 stars, guys. Loved it. Thank you for watching this vlog. I always say this, but I always have my Goodreads account linked below. If you're friends with me on there, you were able to see me read through this because I was updating the page numbers, and I will probably do like a little review on this book as well. And I also always have my TikTok link below. So if you want to see some book related content, you can go ahead and check that out as well. I will be seeing you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And let me know what you guys thought in the comments below. Let me know if there was anything that I said that you guys agreed with. Let's talk about it. All right. Bye, guys.
When you're not here, the sun don't shine. When you're not near, I don't feel like I do when you're with